It's a lovely scenery along this shore. There's no doubt you guys will be super happy for me to run along here because it's probably the nicest place in the whole of Cherno. I think it would be a bit better, like maybe if there's 100 or 200 people per server. It would also mean that you actually bump into people and see a lot more people travelling more often. Right, I've never actually been this close to this wreck before. Doesn't look like there's actually anything on it or anything that's actually relevant about that in any way. It's just scenery. Hello? Do you mind if I ride with you? So yeah, I'm going to head off to the trading post and thanks for the lift. Hello guys and welcome to a new Zero to Hero episode today by me, Vulcan. We're on episode 24 and today I am doing another very unconventional episode, and the reason for that is because the server got DDoS while I was playing and it actually crashed my PC. So I'm not sure if the DDoS had the direct effect or whether it just sort of locked up my PC when the DDoSing occurred, like just out of coincidence. But either way, that happened and I lost my complete commentary for an hour and 10 minutes. Now, the reason it was so long was because I was doing, or as you'll see in a minute, I actually get a group together in this one and we do a nice group gameplay throughout. And I was going to do this as a 4-parter, but later decided to do it as a highlight reel. Without the voice comm, however, the voice, like the whole context of the situations is a bit messed up. So what I'm going to have to do is provide a little, basically shorter episode summing up what we did and why I am where I am. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it nonetheless, and I'm just going to basically talk through what we did, when, and leave some of the clips open so that you can hear the commentary we had or the conversations we had with the other people I was playing with. And yeah, so hopefully guys you'll enjoy this. I also would like to say thanks to GreenGenesis, Riccoooooor and InnSett for joining me today on this episode, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy this one. So you're probably wondering why it's night, and basically I was going to do this as an in-between episode, but this happened before I recorded the other episode that I'm going to show you today. And basically this explains why I log in with a Coyote backpack. I logged on as to help a guy who you know has Wing Ninja, and basically I did it to save his night vision goggles. So you can see here I'm looting his body and I pick up his night vision goggles, and he says I can literally take what I want off his corpse as long as I save him his night vision goggles, because the night vision goggles on this server are very valuable. So I make sure to get that, and then later on he says that I can have his Coyote, which I am very thankful for, but that's basically why I have a Coyote backpack on. Also, while we were there we found a car, and I was just at the trading post because of my last episode, but we went to check. This was on RP2 and we found a car that had been left abandoned, so I told him about it and he came and got it and drove off, and everyone was happy. So he got a car out of it and his night vision goggles back, so that was awesome, and I'm glad I could help, and I'm glad I got a Coyote backpack. So that will explain why in the rest of the clips from now on I'll have one.
We can sell you a UAZ.
Yep. Sniper
Coyote
rifle.
backpack.
I would
That is
give
a
up
lovely,
an Alice
lovely
pack.
backpack. No.
A nice backpack, but these are lovely cars. Or a Hilux. Do you want a Hilux or a UAZ? Look at the lovely cars.
We're looking
Hello.
for a ride. Yeah.
Where to? Yes, I could do that. If you just help me to put all the medical stuff to the tent at the medical
So as
tent.
you can probably hear guys, basically what's happened is we were looking around for a ride, and we got an offer that I could trade my backpack for a UAZ, which I would have taken had I been playing like I would normally. But in terms of my series, it's not such a good idea to own a car myself. So I went about asking this guy if he could give us a hand to getting where we wanted to. And that was Cherno. Now, we were going to travel back to Cherno. I know I went all the way up to Berezino so that I could find a camp. And it was generally good. We did sort of find a camp, but it wasn't the camp I was looking for. And I talked to my friend about it, and he said he'd move further north. So I decided that it was probably a good idea if we head back down south and try to help out some new people in the server. However, there was a little bit of a catch, and that was that we needed to help this guy that you can see here making the tents basically transfer medical supplies from his car to these tents and create a sort of a medical base at the trade post on RP1. So we decided to help him for a free lift, and it all worked out reasonably well. After about 5 minutes we had finished and made all the tents look pretty and transferred all the stuff multiple times from tent to tent, and I wander back towards the off-road, and what the hell is this? A meat party.
Yee! All hail the king!
All hail the king!
All hail the king!
All hail the meat!
Meat party.
The Seaweed Monster is better than the
in
game.
our meaty ring of goodness.
Meaty rings. Everyone loves
Insanity
a
of its
meaty
highest
ring.
level.
Partake of the royal meat.
Everyone respect the meat. Meat train. Meat train.
Yeah, let's get going.
And that's what we did. So me and GreenGenesis got a lift with unknown man, who unfortunately I never actually learned the name of, and we took a lift all the way down towards Cherno. It was quite a long drive, and you're probably actually quite fortunate that I didn't make you watch the whole entire journey, because that probably would have been an entire episode pretty much. Anyway, if you hadn't worked it out by now, GreenGenesis is the guy in the ghillie suit, and he's also known as Seaweed Monster to people on the DayZRP server, so if you do play the server and you do know the name, that is him, and he is playing with me today because he got in touch with me on Steam. Now, basically because a couple of people have been getting in touch and wanting to play with me on DayZ, what I've made is a Steam group, and I'm going to go into more information on that in the next part. However, basically if you search by VulcanHDGaming on Steam, you should find it, and you can join, and all the information about it is on there, but I'll go into more detail in the next part. As we continue driving, we eventually have to stop for fuel, and I basically take up watch looking out for zombies, but unfortunately my crappy aim lets me down. But nonetheless, we just look around and make sure nothing's happening, or nothing comes to threaten the guy who is happy refueling his car.
Hey there.
How are you doing?
You need a lift?
Yeah, I do need a lift if you have space.
We are heading to Cherno.
Anywhere near civilization, please, yeah. We'll be fine.
So our driver stops and we pick up a new person, and this is Riccoooooor. And as you may have heard at the beginning of the video, I thank this guy, and the reason being is he actually joins our group as we sit in the back of the car and devise a plan. Because what's happened, or what I've heard has happened, is that Cherno, the help camp that has been there that I was originally heading to, has been overrun by bandits. So we're talking with this guy who's a new spawn and new to the server, and he suggests that he basically play bait so we can sort of see if there's any bandits in the area, and then Seaweed Monster or GreenGenesis will be able to take them out. I'm personally not allowed to shoot enemies due to the zero to hero rules. Well, I'm not allowed to kill enemies, I'm allowed to shoot them. Anyway, the plan was that he would go in and he would give us a signal as to whether or not they were bandits, and we would see how that would go. Anyway, earlier on I gave my backpack full of supplies, as in the blood packs and painkillers and morphine that I had, to the tents in the trading post, because I knew that when I was going back to Cherno that I'll be able to pick up some more at the hospital. So that would be our first stop before heading to the construction site.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Let's go. Oh, he got out too. Forgot about him.
I'm gonna head to the hospital too because I need to get the apartments.
Yeah, a lot of guns will spawn there.
Whoa, shots fired.
That was him breaking the window, I think. Oh, boy.
Alright, let's go.
Okay. That sounded like an
Well,
MK
someone
mod.
near here.
As you can see, I get to my destination and thank the driver for giving me a lift here. Basically, me and GreenGenesis get out, Riccoooooor follows me, and we all travel to the hospital, and then the driver comes back and opens it for us, which is very kind of him, as I find the last box, as this hospital has been well looted already, and I also find another person.
That's the guy.
Now, this guy turns out to be InnSett, which is actually the fourth and final person of our group for the day. And he didn't use his mic very much, so most of the time he types. So, unfortunately, if you can't watch this in high definition, then you won't be able to see what he's writing necessarily. But we were just chatting really, and he was just acknowledging us and making sure we knew that what he was up to, basically. After everyone collected the supplies they wanted, we decided it was time to head off towards the military camp outside of the hospital at the north side of town, and then go on to check out the construction site. And as you can see, I have now got 3 people following me, making us a 4-man group, and it consists of GreenGenesis, Riccoooooor and InnSett, the 3 guys who I thanked at the beginning of the video for joining me. As we approach the military camp here, which supplies medical supplies and military grade equipment, we actually come across 2 other people looting the same location, and we're talking to them constantly on voice comms while I'm here, which is why you'll see my mic indicator coming up. There's the first person directly opposite, and then there is another person off to my left side who also is friendly, and they both turn out to be friendly and both come with us to the construction site. One runs off ahead and basically sort of lets us know that there aren't many bandits around. However, we do still be very careful as we approach the base, just in case.
I did. Wrong button.
That goat is very suspicious looking, he might be a spot. There's someone
Alright, watch me.
there, yeah, he's just pulled an aggro off a zombie. There he is, there's one just at the building.
Hey guy, you friendly?
We catch up to a guy who recently left the compound, and we interrogate him about what's going on in the area.
This may be hostile.
He's acting like it.
Oh yeah, hey. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I did. I'm waiting for a friend. And not as I know, I just heard some guys trying to get through here, so but I was just kind of leaving. I don't know. I had never heard of any bandits. I heard a military group. I heard about a military group, so nothing else. Military group at 10.
Yeah, it's the group, a military group that is
Okay.
bandits.
Yeah. If you see a friend of mine here, I don't. Yeah. If you see a friend of mine here, she doesn't have any gear. She just got killed up by those also by a glitch. She has no gear, so if you see her, just tell her I ran out of Cherno. Just waiting for her up the hill.
Alright. No bother.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
It turns out that all of the worry we had for the bandits that had occupied the area was actually false, and as I approach the construction site I call out for friendly players, and eventually we get a response.
Are you friendly?
Yeah, we're friendly.
Awesome.
How many are you?
With everyone in the area being friendly, I tell the couple of guys who joined us on the way that it's okay for them to go into all the tents and get all the gear they need, because obviously the new guy to the server didn't know about this place and I brought him here so that he could pick up any gear he needed, and also the InnSett guy managed to get himself a lovely MP5 where Riccoooooor got himself a AK-47.
I kind of want to go up to the church and see if anyone's in there, kind of peek in with alt. And if anyone's in there, we throw a smoke grenade in and everyone just runs in and says hello.
After I'm done, I wait for the rest of the group out the front of the construction site so that we can eventually head off towards the church like GreenGenesis suggested. And with our whole group now kitted up and ready to go, looks like we're going to be having a lot of fun in Cherno, checking the buildings as we go. But anyway guys, you're going to have to wait for next time, as this is going to be the end of part 1 of Zero to Hero, episode 24. Hope to see you in the next one guys, and I hope you liked the highlight reel that I've had to do because of the technical errors. Anyway, we just get ourselves together and then off we shall go. See you in the next one guys.